Direct Express is a card specifically designed and made by United States Treasury Department, given to recipients for SSI and SSD. There should be some regulations of it. There should be some policies set intact for them to be accommodating the public in which that they are serving, because they are serving a particular vulnerable group of people that needs and depends on that money. And so you know that the dynamic it can have on one's life if they do not receive their income, or the only income that they are looking to receive for an entire month. It's only an income you get one time a month, and you are depending on it. You don't know if anything's going to go wrong with it, or if you're going to get it until the actual day that it is due to be in your account. And so you're already in a situation to be waiting. So let me give you an example of what happens when it does not go the way it should go for the beneficiary. What happens when money disappears that should be on the account and the recipient hadn't made any transactions, and often they are telling people that there was an electronic fund transfer made on their account. Often they are not going to provide you a phone number, a real company name, or an address for you to dispute it directly with that company that they have released your money to supposedly, nor are they going to put your money back on your account. What they are going to do is consider your card to be compromised. They're going to put you through all of these changes and ask you all these questions that normally common sense would tell you. You would be asking a person that made those transactions, because you cannot answer questions for something that you didn't do. And so what I'm finding often with all of these corporations that are in a position to be managing people's money, the outlet for people to be receiving your money, is that they are doing things their own way. And almost as if the money is their money and not the consumer's money. And so Direct Express specifically, what they do is they have like this paperwork process for people. And they say, okay, look, we're going to send you out this documentation. You're going to have to fill it out. You're going to have to send it back to us, which is going to be at their P.O. Box in San Antonio, address to Direct Express. And you're going to have to wait for them to contact you back. And so we're going to skip through. And we're going to say, okay, you don't ever hear anything back, because that's what happened. They don't follow up. And so what happens is that you're not getting an answer in a timely manner. You have bills. You have people to explain these things to, and things that are not being paid in time because someone has stolen your money and no one's providing you answers, and no one is releasing your money back to you. Instead, they are giving you a runaround like a paper trail, some bureaucratic bullshit, when reality is really going to affect the lives of many people that are being affected by these tactics, because it's tactics. It's money laundering, it's fraud, it's extortion, and it's robbery. And these people aren't being locked up, and so it's always a pattern because they don't suffer any consequences. No one's regulating them. There's no policy. There's no agency separate from these people who do not have the interests that they have in this capitalism. And so what happens is that you're waiting and no one ever gets back to you, and you're calling these people and they're not providing answers, and they're putting you through to a department that's supposed to be the only department that handles these sorts of claims. But in fact, that department really isn't competent in handling such claims. It has one way of handling it, and that's the way that they go by about it. And so what happens is that when your livelihood is put in these people's hands and they're playing games and saying, oh, we didn't receive anything, you're going to have to send it back to us, and you're going through that for months, you're constantly sending the paperwork to them, and they're constantly saying that they hadn't received the paperwork, you're in a situation. But the bottom line is that in America, what we do know is that when you owe a debt, that debt is due upon receipt, okay? And so let's talk about something that's not even a debt. Let's talk about something where people are inducing circumstances of debt for citizens in reverse, because they are creating a very painfully confusing circumstance for citizens that are already painfully confused. Why would you do that to disabled citizens? Why would you abuse your authority, your position, to take from people who cannot speak up for themselves, fight, articulate themselves, or even understand what is really taking place? And you just say, oh no, we never received the paper, you don't get your money back. Well, if those people owed you money, you would want them to pay you back, and you would be reporting that to Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, any other entity you could that would be more than happy to say something negative about a poor citizen, because that's a pattern that we're seeing in this culture. When we charge the poor citizen more, we're not going to give them the opportunities that we're going to give to people who don't need the opportunities, because they can pay and afford those opportunities. It's just a backward system to continue to keep the poor and deprived. They cannot keep citizens' money, and then there's no one to fight these people for the citizens, and so they get away with stealing thousands of dollars from citizens, years at a time, months at a time. And it's just ridiculous, because it adds up to a substantial amount of money that person could have gotten ahead on, could have paid their own past debts on, and could have kept up with their bills. Especially when we have a welfare system that does not want to help citizens. It's very important that people get all the money that is due to them, because trust me, welfare has notice of that, and welfare is counting every dollar, every cent against these people. And so every cent you take and you're a corporation from a poor citizen, you are stealing. And no, it cannot be justified. You must be liable for theft. You must be liable for the injuries you cause to citizens. You must be liable for the confusion because you don't want to do your part, because someone failed to do documentation, processes, whatever the crap is. It's all on Direct Express, the United States Treasury Department, because you created this system for these people. And so you should make sure that it is functioning with such an efficacy that there are no complaints, because one complaint is enough. Means something is happening wrong. And what we are seeing is a pattern. Oh, it's allowed to happen wrong. Well, things always happen wrong like this. People just have to settle for that. People just have to accept things going wrong. No, they don't. The government is going to have to accept that the government is going to have to be shut down. We need a system that is going to work for people. We need people in position that are going to be able to work for people without considering color, creed, or anything other than humanity and what is most important for this world. We're going to have to consider how these people are not doing their part. Like we already know, even the documentation itself, it states that if you are not done with the investigation within 10 days, that company, Direct Express, should be replacing those people's funds if they need more time to investigate. If they haven't processed paperwork that a person is telling them they have continued to send. So people don't have money if you're stealing it from them. So then they're put into a circumstance where it costs them more money. Perhaps they get kicked out because they couldn't pay their rent, because they were a few $100s short, because you stole it. And so now they have to pay thousands of dollars to move. The government doesn't pay for that. They have to pay for that. Other than they have to be homeless and they have to take losses. You have to pay for that. You have to be liable for the circumstances you are inducing on people, whether it be for your laziness, your incompetence, your arrogance, your stubborn-mindedness, or just your simple discriminatory nature. But in America, it must stop. And thieves must go to jail, no matter what color they are. It has to stop.